Around Dodge City and in the territory on West, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. The transcribed story of the violence that moved west with young America. And the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful. And a little lonely.
Rod, you sure that's Jesse Wheat's buggy coming yonder?
I got eyes like an eagle, Box. That's his buggy, and that's Jesse driving it.
Good.
I wish you'd tell me what we rode down here to meet him for.
Look, kid, we've been together 6 months, ain't we?
Sure.
Another month or two, we're going to be rich.
Not riding for Jesse Wheat, we ain't.
We're just about through riding for Jesse Wheat.
Huh?
Let's wait for him here.
You mean you're going to tell him we're quitting?
I ain't going to tell him nothing. What we're going to do ain't none of his business.
You're sure a hard man to understand sometimes.
You'll learn. Oh, look at Jesse. He's kind of mad already.
What are you men doing clear down here?
We're going into Dodge, Jesse.
No, you ain't. I ain't paying you to spend time in Dodge.
You just been there.
I had business there. Now you men turn around right back to the ranch and get to work.
For a man that don't carry a gun, you talk mighty loud, Jesse.
I don't have to carry a gun.
Don't you? Look at mine, Jesse.
Point that thing the other way.
No,
Now look, quit fooling. I don't like it.
I ain't fooling.
What you doing, Box? You're just going to make him mad.
I'm going to kill him.
Now look here. I've had enough of this. You put that gun away.
Shut up, Jesse.
You shot him.
Of course I shot him.
What for?
You're always asking questions.
He wasn't even armed. He didn't do nothing. That's murder.
Nobody'll ever know.
But why'd you do it?
You wanted to get rich, didn't you?
What's killing Jesse Wheat got to do with that?
You'll see.
You're in trouble. Murdering Jesse like that. You're really in trouble.
No more than you are, kid. If they catch us. Don't you ever forget it.
But I didn't know you was going to do this.
That don't matter. Now we'll get that horse started for home, and by the time he and Jesse get there, we'll have our alibi all set in Dodge. Nobody'll ever know where or when this happened. See how smart? You stick with me, kid.
Where are we going now, Box?
We're going to set our alibi with a man who's going to be more interested in this business than anybody in Dodge.
Who's that?
Standing right up there.
Oh, now, wait
Shut
a
up, kid. I'll do the talking. Hello, Marshal.
Hello.
Well, I guess you don't remember us, Marshal.
No, I don't.
Well, we only been in Dodge once before. I'm Jim Box, Marshal. My friend here is Rod Allison.
How do you do?
Hello? We work for Jesse Wheat, Marshal. We was to meet him here, and we can't find him no place.
Well, I saw Jesse last night. Maybe he's gone back to the ranch.
That'd sure beat all, telling us to meet him and then forgetting all about it. Oh, that Jesse's getting too old. Why, we've been looking for him the past 2 hours.
Box.
Shut
Hey,
up.
Box.
Like I was saying, Marshal.
No, look.
Well, I'll be.
That's Jesse's buggy. Going into the stable there.
Yeah, and there's nobody driving that buggy.
They sure ain't. But it's Jesse's.
Now, let's go over and take a look. Huh?
What for, Marshal? Jesse ain't there.
You too. Come on.
Kind of funny. Horse and buggy and nobody driving it. I sure hope nothing's happened to Jesse. Don't you, Rod?
It'd be awful.
How long you men work for Jesse Wheat?
Ooh, some 6 weeks, Marshal. He's sure a good boss. We like him fine, don't we, Rod?
He treats us real good.
Whose stable is this?
Moss Grimmick runs it, but he's not here right now. Yeah, there's the buggy.
Well, look there, Marshal. Why, it's Jesse. Why, he must be sick or something.
Yeah. He's dead. He's been shot.
That's terrible. Now, who'd have done that?
I can't understand that horse coming back here. Why wouldn't he have gone on home to the ranch like any horse would?
You say you've been working for Jesse 6 weeks?
Well, sure.
And you ought to know his brand.
Say, that ain't a XL horse.
No, it isn't. It belongs to the stable here. Jesse told me last night that his horse went lame.
I never noticed the horse.
It don't matter, Rod. It's a good thing that horse brought him back here. Now the marshal can get to work fast and find who killed him. We'll help you, Marshal. We sure don't like old Jesse getting shot.
Well, you can help me get him out of the buggy. But I'll handle the rest of it. It's not your trouble.
Mr. Dillon,
Yeah, what, Chester?
Jesse Wheat was a whole lot older than his wife, wasn't he?
Didn't you ever meet her?
No, sir, I never did.
Yeah, Anna Wheat's about 22. Jesse was in his late 40s.
Yeah. Maybe she done it.
What?
Killed him. Maybe it was her because he was so old and all.
Chester, you remember the tracks back there just before Jesse's buggy turned around and headed back to Dodge?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. They was 2 horses stopped it, wasn't they?
That's right.
Well, then it must have been them fellas Jim Box and Rod Allison.
Maybe. Oh, look, there's Anna on the porch. You must have seen us coming.
Hey, she is young.
I hope she's already heard about this. Well, let's get on here, Chester.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Anna.
Hello, Marshal.
Anna, this is Chester Proudfoot.
How do you do?
How do, Miss Wheat?
Did Jim Box and Rod Allison show up yet?
They told me about Jesse. He was a good man, Marshal. He treated me like a daughter.
Well, did you know anybody who might have had a reason to kill him?
Well, of course not. Jesse didn't have any enemies that I know of.
How'd he get along with Jim Box and Rod Allison?
We don't think Rod had anything to do with it.
Well, all right. What about Box? Any trouble with him?
He's different from Rod. I don't like him. But there hasn't been any trouble that I know of.
Uh-huh. Where are they now, Anna?
Oh, they rode off somewhere out with the cattle, I guess.
Does anybody else work for you?
No, just them, Marshal. But they said they'd stay on here on the XL as long as I want them. And right now, with all the stock, I really need them.
Yeah, sure.
Will you come in for some coffee? You and Chester?
Well, Thanks, Anna, but next time maybe, huh? We've got to get back. Well, so long.
Bye, Marshal. Goodbye, Chester.
Bye, Miss Wheat. Well, we sure didn't learn much from her, Mr. Dillon.
Not much.
Ain't we going to wait and talk to them two fellows again?
No, it might make them jumpy, Chester. I want them to feel safe. They made one mistake. They'll make another. It was hard to believe that two cowboys like Jim Box and young Rod Allison wouldn't have noticed the horse Jesse Wheat was driving wasn't his own. But I guess when you're murdering a man, you got other things on your mind. It was a bad mistake, however. And from then on, I was ready and waiting to move on him. My first chance came about a month later, when I heard that some XL cattle had been driven to Dodge and were being sold to a buyer named Jake Worth. So Chester and I walked down to the loading pens to have a look.
There's Jake over yonder, Mr. Dillon. He's talking to some fella.
Yeah, that's Jim Box he's talking to, Chester.
Oh, I couldn't tell with his back to us. I wonder where Rod is.
We'll ask him. Hello, Jake.
Well, hello, Marshal. Chester?
Hello, Jake.
Those XL cattle you buying?
Only 30 head, Marshal.
Uh-huh. Did Rod help you drive him in, Box?
Last night, Marshal.
Now, where is he now?
He went back to the ranch this morning. Why?
Jake, what are you paying for these steers?
You just settled on $20, Marshal.
$20. Now, it's 30 head. That'd come to $600, wouldn't it?
What are you trying to say, Marshal? Think there's something wrong with my selling them steers?
No. Not as long as Anna Wheat gets the $600.
Now, wait a minute here. I took it for granted she knew about this sale.
You got such a smart marshal. Take a look at this, Jake.
Yeah, looks okay, Marshal, but you better read it, too. Here. She's given him full authority to sell the stock and collect the money.
Of course she has. Well, you through reading, Marshal?
Yeah, I'm through reading.
You want to apologize?
Jake.
What?
Anytime this man sells XL cattle to you, I want to know about it. And I'm going to tell every other buyer in Dodge the same thing.
That ain't much of an apology, Marshal.
Come on, Chester. See you later, Jake.
Sure.
My gracious, that Box is awful mad, Mr. Dillon.
Well, he ought to be. I just ruined his game.
Yeah, but couldn't he run off with the money one of these times before you've checked with Anna?
Nah, he's too smart to become a cow thief for a few $100s, Chester. Now, he wants more than that.
Well, he can't get it now, can he?
Well, he could.
How?
By killing me.
Evening, Marshal. What'll it be, sir?
Nothing for me, Sam, but I'll take a glass of beer over there to Miss Kitty.
Got it right here, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the house, Marshal.
All right, Sam, I'll tell her that.
She's the only girl in here that don't drink whiskey all night long.
Well, she claims it makes her drunk.
My whiskey'd make a buffalo drunk, Marshal.
I'll tell her that, too. There you are, Kitty. Compliments of the house.
Where's yours?
No, not tonight for me. Well, place looks kind of quiet tonight.
That suits me.
Yeah, well, you won't get rich in an empty saloon, Kitty.
I won't get old either.
Kitty,
Hmm?
why don't you quit and marry some nice young fella and settle down on a ranch or something?
Ha.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
I've lived on a ranch. The women work harder than the men do.
Well, don't they everywhere?
Not in New York. At least so I've heard.
Well, why don't you go to New York, then?
What are you trying to do, Matt? Get rid of me?
No. No, of course not. I just like to see you happy, that's all.
I'm happy. You're the one that's doing all the complaining.
Yeah, I guess I am.
You're like a man trying to ride two horses at once, Matt. They do that only in circuses. Not practical anywhere else.
No, Kitty, you know I'm a simple man.
Tell that to somebody who doesn't know you. Like Jake Worth.
Jake Worth?
No, looks like he's come to tell you something.
Oh?
Evening, Miss Kitty, Marshal.
Hello, Jake.
Jake?
Sit down.
Thanks. It's all right to talk in front of Kitty, ain't it, Marshal?
It doesn't matter, Jake. She finds out everything anyway. Now, what's on your mind?
Jim Box.
Oh?
Remember a couple of weeks ago how you told me to report any sales of XL cattle?
Yeah, sure.
Well, he ain't sold none since then, but you're right. He's a crook.
Well, how do you know?
He come in this afternoon and offered to sell me some 500 head. That's about all the cattle Anna Wheat owns.
Well, maybe she's selling out.
No. Box says I can have 'em real cheap, providing I don't tell you about it.
Oh. Now, what did you say, Jake?
Well, I said I'd take 'em. He's hired a couple of men from somewheres, and they're driving the herd in day after tomorrow. I told them the Santa Fe would have cattle cars ready by then.
Uh-huh. All right, thanks, Jake.
Them two men he's hired, they can probably ride good enough, but they ain't real cowboys.
Well, I'll go out tomorrow and have a look at them.
Well, I'm glad I ain't got your job. Not going against them gunmen.
Marshal. Chester, come on in.
How are you, Miss Wheat?
What brings you out here, Marshal?
Where are the men, Anna?
Oh, they're out on the prairie somewheres. They'll be in for supper.
Huh? All of them?
You mean both of them?
Jim Box and Rod the only men here?
Of course. Why?
Oh, nothing.
Is there something wrong, Marshal?
Yeah, plenty.
Then I'd better tell you something. Rod and I are going to get married.
What?
We fell in love when he first came here. I told Jesse about it right off. He understood. Jesse was a sick man. I guess he figured he wouldn't live very long anyway. All he asked was that we'd wait a while. But we didn't do anything wrong, Marshal.
Look, Anna, I'm here to arrest Allison and Box.
What?
One of them murdered Jesse. They both had good reasons.
Oh, Marshal, you can't. Not Rod. I know him. He wouldn't do that.
Take a chair by the window, Chester. We'll wait for him.
Mr. Dillon,
Yeah, what, Chester?
you better come here and take a look.
Huh?
There's three of them.
Yeah. Well, they must have left one man with a herd.
And it was Rod. That's Jim Box and two strangers out there.
Rod isn't with him?
No.
Thank heaven.
It's no use, Anna. We're going to have to find him anyway.
Not if Jim Box kills you, you won't.
Chester, take Anna out to the kitchen. If she tries to warn them, stop her.
Yes, sir.
I'll hide here by the door. And if they get me, you do what you can.
I'm sorry, Marshal. I didn't really mean what I said.
That's okay, Anna.
Come on, now.
Sure.
You men wait there. I won't be long. Anna? Anna, where are you?
I'm in the kitchen.
Come in here.
I'm busy. You come out here.
A gun, I will.
Drop it, Box.
You gonna shoot me in the back, Marshal?
Drop the gun.
I don't trust you.
You got him, Mr. Dillon?
Get out of the way, Chester. His men will be here in a minute.
Hey, they're running off. Let's go get our horses, Mr. Dillon.
No. Let them go, Chester.
Well, we can catch them easy.
I got nothing on them. It's Rod I want.
Did they get away, Marshal?
Now, they won't stop till they hit the Rocky Mountains, Anna.
You killed Jim Box.
Yeah, I had to.
Now Rod's all alone. He's the only one left to blame it on, isn't he?
I tried to take Box alive, Anna.
Anna!
Rod,
No, Anna, wait.
no.
All right, careful now, Chester. You'll use her as a shield.
Oh, I won't shoot, Mr. Dillon.
Rod, what's the matter?
Now what?
Don't shoot him, Marshal.
It looks like he's already been shot.
Are you hurt bad, Rod?
I ain't gonna die.
He was lying on the floor here when I came in, Marshal.
Get his gun, Chester.
Yes, sir. I ain't gonna use my gun. Oh, well, I'll take it anyway.
Now, who shot you, Rod?
Box did. But I got away.
Well, why would he shoot you?
I found out he was gonna steal Anna's cattle. And I started an argument. He shot me, but I got away. I was riding up from in back there when I heard the shooting.
You see, Marshal, Rod hasn't done anything.
Rod, who killed Jesse?
What difference does it make? You'll never believe me anyway now.
Don't talk like that. Tell him.
They'll hang me, Anna. I never done it, but they'll hang me anyway now.
Marshal,
Yeah.
is that true? What he says?
That could be. If I charged him with it.
Well, what are you going to do, Marshal? Tell me.
I'm going to leave Chester here to help you take care of him till I send Doc out. And when he's well, why, you bring him into Dodge.
You mean to jail?
Well, you might stop by. That is, if you want me at the wedding.
Gunsmoke, produced and directed by Norman McDonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Our story was specially written for Gunsmoke by John Meston, with music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Sound patterns by Tom Handley and Ray Kemper. Featured in the cast were Sam Edwards, Eleanor Tannen, Vic Perrin, Don Diamond, and Frank Cady. Harley Bear is Chester, Howard McNear is Doc, and Georgia Ellis is Kitty.